Hello, Neverwinter. Warlord Squire Goose here. Looking forward to any questions you might have about anything. It can be anything you want. So, I'm looking forward to it. And when I get questions, should have had questions already pre-made. I think that would have helped. But that's how it goes. Ooh, I got Squire. Oh, I got Sir Darian watching me. Hi. Looking forward to some stuff. As soon as I work on this. Uh-oh, we got Edler, Mr. Ada, and Vendor. Vendor's got to be enjoying Texas. Oh, dude. How do I deal with someone who has greater reach than me? Well, I make them act first and counter. Somebody with that big old reach, it takes a long time to reach all the way out there and, to make that contact. And the time it takes for somebody with a long reach to throw a shot, you can recognize it and block it and then counter and take them out. I don't find a lot of people that have as long of reach as I do, but when I do, I enjoy fighting them a lot because you got to practice everything. So that was a rhetorical question, but you never know. Even if it wasn't a rhetorical question, there are tips and tricks that you can learn to fight people with longer reach. Especially if somebody has a shorter reach, you can block and counter. That's probably the biggest thing against somebody with long reach, I believe. For me, when I'm fighting more than one person, I'm fighting head to head and got two other people trying to fight me. My arms get sniped off sometimes, it's gonna happen. But you just gotta read the situation and, have fun with it. A flat wrap and a full wrap. Well, they're both wraps, so there's mechanics in between each of those shots. So flat wrap, you're throwing just a flat going into it. A full wrap, you're getting that full arc coming out of it. So. Not moving enough would be my question for you, Fox. For footwork, biggest mistake you see opponents make. Definitely, you got to use your feet. There are people out there that can just fight and not move and just decimate people. That's one-on-one probably, or maybe one or two-on-one. But for those people that really excel at fighting, footwork will get you farther, putting yourself in the right position to make those moves, to get those kills. So having good footwork is important. From Darian, do you prefer Warlord Sports tourney format or the traditional full bracket tourney format, and why? I like both. When I first started, we did the traditional bracket, and that's what I'm used to. The Warlord Sports, I like having an Ironman. I love Ironmans because you get to fight as much as you want, and you don't have to sit there and wait. Well, you are waiting because some of those lines are pretty damn long. But if I was to pick one or the other, I do like the Warlord Sports tourney format better. because there's more fighting in it. It's not just, no, I lost the round, okay. Now I go sit down for 30 minutes while they get to the next bracket. You know, it's a lot quicker for, you know, some people that want to go and play other games because they got knocked out of the tournament. What else are they going to do? Well, you can spar one-on-one, you know, but I prefer the Warlord Sports over the full traditional brackets. From Servinus, what is the most important thing for Sword Knight? To continue growing and to show people what you're made of and really what people can learn from you. Well, I feel like a lot of people, you know, try to learn from me, and it's hard when we're talking over, you know, computer, you know, screen. It's better to teach somebody one-on-one, face-to-face, and just, you know, get hands-on. Because you can watch 1,000 videos. I myself have watched countless hours, hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of freaking video, and it's, you pick up on things, but you gotta do it. And I want to be able to show people, you know, because I don't do a lot of video tutorials, you know, on, hey, here's a chop, here's a wrap, you know, here's a block strike. I want to show you. I want to get sword in hand with you and go over those fundamentals. I feel like that's much more beneficial than, you know, fighting on a screen. So, and let's see. The most important thing for a sword knight, probably just be who you are and be honest. You're not going to win every time, but damn for sure I'm going to try. Hope that answers your question, Venus. Thank you. Other than footwork, what should a fighter do to get better? Practice everything that you do every day, depending on what your job is, or, you know, just going out in the yard and just pelling for 10, 15 minutes, you know. You just try to always have something in your mind that reminds you of fighting. Like, I do residential and commercial air conditioning, so when I'm using my hand tools and my crimpers and I'm crimping a piece of pipe, it's the grip that I'm gaining by doing this same repetitive motion so many times. So just keep practicing. And if you think you practice enough, you haven't. Well, I think of everything as a practice. Everything that I do, whether I'm at work, I'm practicing, you know, shuffling my feet, you know, doing little steps, you know, everything. I do everything with my hands, so my hands are very important. And going through the motions of certain things remind me of fighting. So that's how I stay practicing pretty much my entire work day. And when I get home, I do about 10, 15 minutes of just, you know, target practice. And by target practice, I mean I have a lounger in my living room that has specific corners, and I stand at different angles and I throw different shots at that target, move my feet, shuffle, you know, move around, throw another shot, move around, throw another shot, throw a couple shots, repetitive shots. It's not just one reset, throw another one, reset. No, you throw combos. Always finish your combo. Big tip. Always finish your combo. But make sure if you're late, be honest with yourself and call yourself dead. If you actually died. If you think it got there, just be vocal with the person across from you and just, you know, talk it out. This is what I think what happened. What do you think what happened? And we go from there. So practice every day. Ooh. What's up, Jeff? And Rookie. See you in a few minutes when you get here. From Edler. So what made the key difference for you when you went from being a good fighter to an elite fighter? Well, I don't even consider myself an elite fighter. Because I don't want to be, I can't be Circle, and it just never will happen. I can only be me. And the difference between a good fighter and an elite fighter, a good fighter, goes out there and he does his thing. He shows some good moves, maybe he's got good footwork, maybe a good wrap shot or a good cross. But the elite fighter is he's gonna walk on the field and people are gonna go, oh boy, here he comes. Anything he does out there, he's gonna do it well. And even if he goes down, he looks good doing it well. So, look good, feel good, be good. And that practice really does take you from a good fighter to an elite fighter. Just making the effort to continue moving forward. Hope that answers your question. And I may say I'm not an elite fighter. I know everybody here would say, hey, he's up there. And, I'm not going to just say against anybody's what they say. If it's bad, and then we'll talk about it. But oh, thank you, Venus. How important is it for you to have fun? I wouldn't play this game if I didn't have fun. And if I'm not having fun, I don't want to play. If somebody makes it not fun for me, I won't play. Or I'll find somebody else to play with. It's 100% the reason why we do what we do. Why we go through all the effort, making our guard, making our weapons, training for that ever tournament, whenever that will be. I skipped questions. Well, I saw Venus's question and I had to answer it because it's my favorite question. I do everything for fun. And if you're not having fun, don't do it. Same thing with your work. If you go to work and you're just not having fun, why are you doing it? Find something else. All right. Oh, damn, I did miss a lot of questions. I'm sorry. Let me go back here. From Fox Samstein, if you find yourself hitting a plateau as a fighter, is it more important to study your opponents or study your own flaws? How do you identify your own flaws? After every fight, you should be identifying your flaws. If you lost the battle, you should be taking notes. You should be taking notes all the time while you're fighting. Not just the person you're fighting, but what you're doing in the fighting. Did you do something wrong? Did you step wrong? Did you think about throwing a shot and then waited and then threw it and you got totally countered and killed? You gotta be able to study your opponents and study yourself every fight. And then you have to break that down. And nobody's going to break it down for you unless you're recording it. So you need to be your harshest critic when you're fighting. So I hope that answers your question. Hitting a plateau, you just put the work in. You just got to keep pushing forward. Hope that answers your question, Fox. What is the best way to teach newer fighters proper form? In person, face to face, I feel like is the best way to teach newer fighters proper form. When you're a newer fighter and you're coming out there, you're not thinking, oh, well, I gotta do this certain thing. The newer fighters are literally there just to have fun because it looks cool. And it is cool. So in person is probably the best way to teach fighters proper form. So you can critique what they're doing, how they're doing it, and make adjustments to make them a better fighter. How are Neverwinter fighters compared to Out of Kingdom fighters? I think our fighters are pretty damn good. I wouldn't take our kingdom out of any other kingdom. But I'm up for the challenge. I would love that challenge. It'd be great. I've seen a lot of video of other kingdoms and what they can do. And maybe someday we'll be able to all go out and just have a good old time on the field. I know I missed questions again, didn't I? No, I didn't. But compared to Out of Kingdom fighters. Well, we do get a lot of transplants as well from other kingdoms. And you can see that they put in work. It just means we have to work harder. If we want to be the best, we got to fight like the best. Fox, I hope I got all the questions this time. I did. Are there any questions about... Nope. If you find yourself becoming frustrated and losing the sense of fun, how do you combat your own self-doubt? It's not hard to become disinterested or frustrated because you're losing. You know, everybody loses, everybody can win. But getting frustrated, and sometimes you just take a break. You know, I'm not saying take a year, 2, 3, 5, 6 years off. You know, just take a break. You know, it doesn't matter how long you really take it, but as long as you come back and you're trying to have fun. I mean, you can't always win, as much as we all try. And losing that sense of fun, that's never a good thing. Because if you're not having fun, don't do it. You know, you can take those breaks. Sometimes they help. I think about Amcard all the time, so it's really like I never really take a break. You know, so. But to combat it, just I don't know. Have a talk with somebody. You know, just do you. Don't worry about what other people are telling you what to do and, hey, you got to do this and you got to do that. You don't. You only do what you want to do. You know? So just try to keep that sense of fun and just keep moving forward. Never backwards. It's never fun going backwards anyway. I always trip, probably over a root. Funnest moments in Amcard. Oh. I've had quite a few. Probably in the battle games where I get to play an evil boss with too many abilities, which I don't use mostly. I just fight them. Maybe I win, maybe I don't. But the funniest moment, probably when I got to play Thanos. That was epic. Even though I really didn't get to play it, I thought about playing it. I envisioned me going out there with all of those stones and just everybody gone. And then snap back and bring you all back because y'all are awesome. From Vive, David Bailey. What does it take in Neverwinter to get knighted? I hear there is an extremely long and select waiting list in Neverwinter. Well, you'd have to talk to your monarch, your circle of knights. You know, it's not about the destination, it's a journey. I've been a warlord for a little while, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'll still feel accomplished for the things that I've accomplished in my career in Amcard. So It can be extremely long and difficult. If that's what it's going to be, it's what it's going to be. Just have fun while you're out there. Don't worry about that. Just keep moving forward and keep having fun. Hope that answered your question, Vive. Definitely talk to your monarch or your circle of knights. So from vendor, how would you describe your style? How does one develop style to your fighting? Practice, doing it over and over and over again. I wouldn't say I have a particular style, because I kind of manipulate my body into different styles. Like I'm 6'5" and I have a very long reach. Why is it that I like to fight up close and personal? You know, right up there, grind fighting. Why? Why would I do something like that? Because it's the style I like. And David Bailey is probably responsible for the majority of that darn butt spike back in the day when they allowed butt spikes. Now, I see one, you're getting legged. Developing your own fighting style, you have to do you. If you like certain anime, you can do everything you want to, if your body allows it. Sometimes there are things that you cannot do. You will not see me out there doing backflips or front flips over a crowd and throwing 30 shots in the air before I land. It's not gonna happen. But it'd be cool if you did. David Bailey, you're not that short. From Fox, how do you compare yourself to other sword knights? I've fought a handful. Comparing myself to them, there's no comparison. They got there doing their thing their way, and they learned it from somebody else. So, comparing myself to other sword knights, I'm not a sword knight. But, if I was to compare myself to other sword knights, a challenge. And I would love to take on the challenge. Anyone that would want to take it. But to compare myself to other sword knights, they've achieved a higher level than I have so far. It's just, I'm going to take my time and I'll get there when I get there. From Ada, who would win in a single sword Amp-Guard match? Leonardo or Anakin Skywalker, and why? Well, Anakin would definitely win. Well, one, he has a lightsaber. Leonardo's got a katana. Yeah, unfortunately, he's definitely going to take that fight. Now you put him in a ring with no powers and straight skill, I think Leonardo would take him down hands down, because Florentiners are awesome. Even though it's single sword, doesn't matter. He's good left-handed, right-handed, doesn't matter. Anakin uses abilities. Leonardo is skill. What's your favorite everyday pizza joint? Anywhere where I can get it all you can eat. All you can eat. I'll judge the pizza piece by piece. Hardest weapon set to fight against. Are you particularly using a certain weapon or just in general? I say quantity, not quality. It all goes in the same place. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. If you don't eat it. Go on to the next one. It's pizza buffet. Oh, asking about what I have the hardest time fighting against. Probably say pole arm. And the reason I would say pole arm is because there are some very fast people out there that even my tall self cannot catch. So with that reach advantage, I have to block and I have to make them come to me. You know, I'm not going to chase after them because I got to wait for them to get close enough for me to strike. So I would say pole arm is probably the hardest, is the one thing I have the hardest time fighting against, depending on what I'm using. If I'm using pole, it's 50-50. Board, probably 75-25. Florentine, I feel like is my favorite to go against the pole arm. Because I can block on either side, and I can strike from whatever side you go with. Harder to block the legs, but sometimes you gotta get lucky. Damn it. Stupid buttons. My tablet doesn't like me very much. It does what it wants. So, what else we got? I know there's another good question out there somewhere. You just gotta ask it. But for pizza, I'd go with Domino's. I think I'm a little biased because I worked there for so long. Being able to make your own damn pizza. It is awesome. Ooh, from Rookie. How long were you in the game before winning a Kingdom tournament? What did you do to prepare for it? Practiced in the backyard a lot. With anybody and everybody that I could possibly fight with. Mostly David Bailey, because he'd always come over there. He'd be at my door. Hey, ready to practice? Ready to practice? Ready to practice? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Videos on YouTube. They are not good. They are definitely not good. The dogs are about there yet. Well, I could let them outside, but it'll be okay. If Scrubby would have moved here faster, he would have got in a long time ago. Who's buried in Grant's tomb? When was the War of 1812? If we squeeze olives to give olive oil, how much fake? How do we get baby oil? They gotta break it down, bro. They gotta break it down. Who's buried in Grant's tomb? Probably Grant. When was the War of 1812? In 1812. Okay. How has the competition changed from when you started to now? Okay. How competition has changed? COVID kind of killed us for a while there, but we're getting back into it. We're trying different formats, different rule sets, so different things, you know, over time things are going to change. Competition will get better and better the more people practice and show up and do what they got to do. I can't wait for our next big tournament so we can really gauge where we're at. because we haven't met in so long. You know, we're doing little practices here and there, practicing. I practice pretty much every day, but you know, to see where everybody else is at when we get to that final kingdom event where we get to bask in the glory of role play and fighting and good food cooked by awesome people. And Scrubby, you had a park nearby you. You just didn't find it. I probably slipped up on that. From Jeff, how do you specifically practice for a tournament? Drills, specific brackets, weeks following up to a tournament. I'll go out on the field while we're ditching, and I'll do specific things against specific people to hone in on certain things. What I need to look for, what do I need to practice more? Am I slipping on my block? I've been using a punch shield recently. I've kind of slipped back into a strap shield. It's a little bit more comfortable, but I'll be transitioning back and forth to really, you know, hone into it. When I go into a tournament, I'm probably going to be using my strap shield because that's what I'm most confident with. And ditching, I'll use whatever. So drills, just everyday practice, you know, doing little things here and there that really hone in your skill set. No problem, Bob. I like talking to all of you. Wish I could hear you all. Oh, if I would have done Zoom, I probably could have done that. From Edler, do you feel Iron Man tournaments at the Kingdom level should award higher level warriors for winning? Streaking, why or why not? Iron Man, it's the tournament. You get that streak, it's a streak. You know, the way people defend it is, was there a quality of fighter in the tournament? Well, you're showing up to a Kingdom level tournament. It should get what it's recognized. You win the tournament. There were things in the rules that say when you win a Kingdom level tournament, you get this, and they should hold up to that. Streaking, same thing. Your Orders of the Warrior. How else do you get them? You win tournaments, you streak. Battlefield prowess. Winning, streaking, prowess.
Scroll up for my question.
Hope that answered your question, Edley. Did I miss the damn question again? I answered that.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah. From Vibe, do you prefer modern tournament format or the previous? I like the new one. It's a little bit more active. You have a lot more things. You have a lot more things that can happen, and you have a better chance of moving forward as long as you streak high in those Iron Mans. You just gotta do the best you can. So I prefer the new format. From Sir Venus, how has the game changed from when you started? What do you think of the changes? I like the game as it was, as it is, and as it will be. Having a game that progresses to be more advanced over and over, and making more rule changes to make it a more fun game, I think is important. The majority of the changes that I've seen and heard of, they work. And if they don't, somebody will talk about it. I'm not a person that will argue with you over certain rules, because the rules are always changing, and to have the knowledge is power. Being able to just sit there and read all of those changes from this to this and see the commas change from over here and a couple words change from here, and understand those differences from what it was to what it is to what it will be. I like the game the way it is, but if it gets more complicated, well, we just learn and adapt and keep moving forward. Hey, y'all be nice. Looking at you, Vive. What a political answer. Paula, when you find a challenging fighter, how do you prep yourself mentally at the start of a tournament match? Well, if I'm going to a tournament and I know there's going to be a lot of good fighters there, the night before or the day before, I will try to find them and one-on-one, just get a gauge of where we're at and, what I need to do to advance. But that can happen anytime previous to a tournament. You can go to their park or, see them, fighting. When Sir Atog was here, it was great because he's a really good left-handed fighter, and I enjoyed every time I lost. I thought about how I lost. Like, wow, speed. Okay, man's got some speed. Okay, well, you've got to counteract speed with speed. And if you don't have enough speed, you better train. That's what you got to do. And before the tournament starts, just go in knowing that you're going to win. And do it. Don't think about it so hard. Don't think about, hey, win, lose, whatever. Just go in there and do the best you can at the highest level you can, and the swords will clash. Mm-hmm. Archery is gone. I'm about to walk out on this video chat right now because I loved archery. I never even really shot a bow before Amp Guard, except maybe at the Ren Fair once or twice. Now I go to the Ren Fair looking for the deer. I miss archery. Hopefully somebody will put it down as a secret category for a weapon master at some point. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But archery might be gone in a tournament, but it's not gone in a battle game or a militia game. So there's still always that. When they changed the new format where they put single sword, Florentine, sword and board, and was it open? Yeah, open. And then the two bonus categories to whatever they want. So they took out archery for that. I would love to do an archery contest once a year. That would be amazing. Dyer Barker, I wish I could have been there for that. I mean, watching that tournament, that looked awesome. It's great, not open. Thank you, Edler. What's the best class in your opinion, and why is it peasant? Because nobody expects a peasant to be good. But if it wasn't peasant, I would say healer, because, well, you can heal, you can stun, you can ice ball, you can resurrect, you can make minions, you can make better minions, you can have a sword, you can have a shield, you can have a flail. And I forget to say that you can heal, because that is awesome. And I love playing a healer. So that's probably my best class. Would I prefer great or open? Probably open over great, so that if people want to play pole or great weapon of any kind, two-handed sword, big battle axe, whatever, the person can go in and probably counter them maybe with a sword and shield. So I would say open over great. Even though I like great as a category, it's just that's one that I don't practice as much unless when I'm mopping, sweeping, or using a roller to paint. Getting those arms up and down. You don't normally do that all throughout the day. So sweeping is probably one of my favorites. Yeah, Evie. Healer, flailing board, in heels. What's your opinion about the talk surrounding a battle game night? They put the time and the effort to learn those classes to the best of their ability, and they're recognized on their ability. Like, in all honesty, our first battle game night, I feel like would be Sir Regan. Because every time I have ever gone into a battle game, he's the one person, if I am not on his team, that I want to take down first. Because, the man knows his stuff. And when you know your stuff, you can be dangerous. From Kitsu, what other aspects of the game do you enjoy besides the fighting portion? The camaraderie, being able to just have friends that you can talk with and just hang out with, and you don't have to be fighting to have a good time. And I would love to say crafting, but I am not the best crafter. But I build stuff all day. I should really, maybe in the future, I'll get more into it. Maybe when my fighting does slow down, or, can't walk anymore, which would suck. And I don't look forward to that at all. So crafting will be a pretty large portion of lifestyle in the future. Probably learn it from my belt line, because they're all good crafters, especially you, Fox. I've worn that same tunic since you gave it to me, pretty much. I don't think I've really worn anything else. So I hope that answered your question about the other aspects of the game that I enjoy. In cooking, I love it when you guys cook. Some good food right there. From Sean, do you think the battle game night should be in the sword path, or do you think it should be its own path? 5th belt. I believe it should be in its own path. The reason why is sword night is skill, time, effort, but a battle game night, it's the same thing: time, skill, effort, but there's pages and pages of rules and different characteristics between every class, and counters to classes and counters to those counters. That right there I think sets the difference between a battle game night and a sword night. I hope that answered that question. How often should one be practicing and attending park if they want to be as badass as me? Well, you should be practicing as much as you possibly can, whether you're going to the gym, going outside, going for walks, hitting a pel, watching a video. It's time and effort. You put the effort in and it will show. Whether it's a little bit of effort, a lot of effort, small steps will get you there. Big steps will get you there too. But taking step-by-step approach to just trying to get better every day, that's all it takes is just effort and Practice. Fox, you inspire me to be a better crafter. How do you maintenance a sewing machine? Pay somebody, right? Fox, for the battle game night, that would improve a focus on our class aspects of Ampard, right? Yes, I think it would, because there are certain. I'm not saying that getting to be a sword knight is impossible. It's not. It just takes time and effort and just moving forward. A battle game night, I think, could progress more quickly. I think there could be a lot more of them, which wouldn't bother me at all. At least I know who I want on my team and who I have to go after first if they're not on my team. And it will make us more focused on battle games. At Falling Fire, we have a difficult time of playing battle games because we don't practice enough battle games. Even though our champion tries, he'll call for a battle game and we'll be ditching. Like 5 minutes till the battle game. Like, all right, yeah. And we'll be ditching out there for another hour. Like, I need fighters for the battle game. And I'll try to go out there and try to herd as many people over there as possible because that is a game. You sign into that class, you want to play that class. Move forward, you got to keep moving forward. One step at a time. I don't know if I want to give it to you, Fox. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to wear that thing until it falls off me. Then I'll give it to you. From Lady J. What are your favorite foot drills and drills in general? Favorite foot drills? I don't know, walking upstairs, sidestep stairs, straight stairs, ladder drills. Probably one of my favorite because you get your feet moving real good. You know, different steps, short choppy steps, long steps with short stutter steps. Just, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of favorite foot drills, but drills in general are mostly involving a weapon in my hand, and it's swinging or stabbing or slashing through there, doing its thing, and repetitively, not stopping. You know, you finish your combo when you're fighting. Even if you're dead, you finish what you were going to plan on doing. If you plan too much, you're probably going backwards. You want to just execute. You should already have your plans of what you're going to do kind of already in your head before you start the fight. But you got to read the situation. Ricky's had that sewing machine for 15 plus years. I don't think they're going to be able to fix it. It still works. And yes, Edler, I'm not going to give it back because it does match the pants nicely. Yes. And it's very comfy. Darian, I want to go back to my archery turning questions. 4 main categories, but KGMR can add 2, and the examples include archery. I would like to know your opinion on how important it is for Neverwinter to continue to include archery, such as KGMRs should be adding it as a category. Well, it's up to that KGMR. If he wants to add it, he can add it. If he doesn't want to add it, he's not going to add it. We're going to do double daggers or dagger boulder or throwing something, axes, rocks. I like the combat archery. I think that would be awesome. I never got to do combat archery, so I've heard some good stories on it. Well, maybe somebody needs to run for KGMR that would like to add archery, which I'd be okay with. My bow is in its holder, ready to go. Archery is a skill. You have to practice that. That doesn't just come with no practice. I remember when I first shot the bow, I was horrible. But after about, I don't know, 30 minutes of running the same drill with Sir Golwyn, I learned, don't hold it so long. As soon as you pull the arrow back, let it go. Alright, Fox. Safe travels out there. I know you're out there in Tennessee doing your thing, man. Ooh. Chicken bacon ranch pizza or white pizza with fresh garlic and sausage. I'm going chicken bacon ranch because I love me a chicken bacon ranch. Mainly because of the ranch. Or white pizza with fresh garlic and sausage. I would eat that too. I would probably just fold it over on top of my bacon ranch pizza and just quesadilla it. When am I coming back out to park again? Hopefully soon. I've had some medical issues that I've had to deal with, and family and other things that are unfortunately more important than AMCARD at the time. I don't really like saying that, but real life does come first, and you have to take care of your family first, then your AMCARD family, and you got to do both. But your real life family, if they need your help, you're gonna go, or at least I am. If something bad happens, I would feel horrible if I was out at AMCARD having fun and something horrible happened and I wasn't there to do anything about it. So you do what you have to. This game will be here now, next week, next month, next year. It's gonna be here. And if it for some reason isn't here, there'll be another variation that we're all probably join because it's too much fun not to do. And see you on Sunday, buddy. Love you. Any other questions I can answer, just let me know in the chat. I'll be looking, listening, and ready to go. Trying to think of other questions that I get asked a lot. I miss Phil Green. Miss you, buddy. Love to see you out there again someday. Let's see. Edler. Call of Duty or Rainbow Six getting on PS4 later. Well, Call of Duty takes way too damn many updates. Way too many. And it's the same crap, just different skins. But it's the same thing. And I've never actually gotten to play Rainbow Six, so I can't answer that question fully. Am I getting on PS4 later? No, we're watching the challenge. We've watched... How many episodes have we watched? Let's see, we've binge watched the past 32 seasons of the challenge. Needless to say, I like that show. Just because it's a challenge and it looks like fun, and I would love to try it. But probably too old to get on there. Ugh. Did I just say that? I'm only 33. There's time. Alright. Well, I think we're going to wrap up this session. I do appreciate everybody for reaching out and giving me questions to answer. But until next time, and if anybody ever needs to ask me anything, my messenger is always open. Just send me a friend request, send me a message, ask me whatever you want. I hope to hear from all of you. I miss all of you. Can't see all of you again here in the future. And make sure to stay after for the other classes that are going to be going on and fun games. Until next time, we'll see you later. If I can turn this thing off. I have no idea. Where's the stupid button at? Ah, got it. Bye. Maybe. No. Still nothing. Oh. Yeah. It's all good. See y'all later. Or not. I don't understand this. Alright, so Alona, I should have listened. That's what I get for not listening. Nope. Ah, I got it. Finish.